All right, welcome back to Sun Crypto, guys. In today's content, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin on a macro scale, and we're also going to take a look at BTC on a lower degree. We're going to talk about Ethereum. Ethereum just basically hit a new all-time high. As we said, on our previous update, we could go all the way up to all-time high and basically retest the low 2000 dollar range, right? So let me take a look at the chat room, see if you guys have any issues with the sound. I think like everything is good, right? So make sure to hit the likes and join my public Telegram group, link in the description, right? If you basically want to join Sun Crypto Discord public group, you can also click on the other link under the description right here. Okay, pretty easy, right? So now let's go ahead and dive into the analysis on BTC. So we're going to start off with the macro view first, right? So we're going to start off with the macro view, and we're going to start off with the bearishness first, right? Before we talk about the bullishness and why we're still extremely bullish. As we've seen it previously, we dropped, before even we talk about the next move, right? Previously we dropped nearly 30%, right there we bought the dip. We dropped again 25% right here. We drop again nearly 20% right there, and we dropping again nearly 30%, okay, 25%, right? So that's not the first time we've seen these type of drops over the last 4 months, right? 3.5 4 months. That's not the first time, okay? We've seen it multiple times, and we managed to bulls managed to basically reverse the price up and all that good stuff, right? Is it different this time? I don't think it is different, right? We're most likely going to see some reversal. It could take time, right? Because we're going to take a look at it and all that good stuff, right? But right now, what we need to focus on is like our 3-day 21 EMA and our price action, okay? What we're seeing right now is like we just got a open, right? And we could potentially close below the 3-day 21. That's going to be the first close, guys, below the 21 EMA right there. And as I said right here, last time we got a candle close below it was like the last couple of days of September. Okay, that's over like 6-7 months. All right, so that's the last time we got a candle. Okay, actually open and close was like the last the 3rd weeks of September. That's the last time we basically seen a candle open and close below it, right? Right here, okay, right there, 1st week of September, actually, right? 1st week of September. It's almost, guys, over 7 months, right? So as you can see right here, we just open above it, but we're looking to close below it. We're not actually opening below it, right? Price action at 53, we open at 53.8, so pretty close, okay, pretty close, but give or take, right? So it is going to be critical over the next like a few days and so on. If like we keep on making low lows below the 3-day 21, it is going to be critical. But we're going to take a look at it in terms of Fibonacci and all of that good stuff, in terms of Elliott waves and what we could anticipate going forward, okay? So that's what we're going to be looking for. Now let's take a look at the 2-day time frame. The 2-day time frame, we basically did slightly open below the 21 EMA and close below it. Okay, so as you can see, last time right here we did close below it, but we did not open and close below it. So that was a good sign of reversal. But as of now, we're looking pretty not so healthy in terms of like 2-day 21 and basically a 3-day 21 EMA, right? Something to just keep in mind. That's one of the reasons why we said we needed a bullish crossover right here to come from the the continuation, okay? And we did not get the bullish crossover right there. Price action got rejected, and now we're facing lower prices below the 21 EMA. But guys, one thing we have to remember also, right there, okay, right here, back in August, we basically dipped below the 21, basically managed to pump right back above it. Okay, so we just have to be very cautious, being like extremely bearish. Most people are pretty much extremely bearish right now. I'm slightly bearish, but I'm not extremely bearish. Macro view is still calling for higher prices, and we're going to talk about the macro view very quickly. Okay, so now let's take a look at BTC on a daily basis. On a daily basis, that's exactly what I was expecting. A potential support at 49 to a 51 range, and the low range going to be 49, the high range basically 51. That's where we got got the support exactly. So I was just anticipating the move down to the daily 100 EMA. So we could potentially find a very hard time to break below the 100 EMA, going within the next few days and so on, right? If we do not break it right away. So bears could be losing slight control, bulls could be very confident on trying to buy the dip right here. Okay, so something to basically keep in mind. And in terms of Fibonacci right here, we basically retested basically 0.618 right there. Not looking to close below it, but it could drop. Okay, it could just slightly drop down to like a 46, 47, just to retest the 0.786 right here before bouncing back up. But as of now, in terms of Fibonacci, bulls are starting to buy the dip right here at the daily basically daily 100 EMA at 49. All right, so still looking pretty okay as long as we can stay above the 50k range on the daily. So now talking about the daily, we just have to pay attention now to our resistance. Even if we bounce back up, okay, even if we bounce back up, we got to take care of this guy. We got to take care of this guy right there, the daily 21. Okay, it is definitely going to give us a tough time. So for the for the bears, they're going to be shorting the price whenever we retest the daily 21 until we basically find a breakout above it and look for another reversal. So we got a lot of work to do, but it is not it is not basically undoable, right? We've been there before. Like right here, we broke below the daily 21, managed to pump above it. Bears started to short the sucker right there, as you can see. Okay, right there, they kept on shorting the sucker till we get the breakout to the upside. So if we pump right back up, I wouldn't FOMO once again. We just have to keep on buying the dips, right? Potentially get a flag right here before pushing to the upside, right? If that's the case, but we will take care of it. We will take a look at it and take care of it once we get there, right? So now let's take a look at BTC on the macro scale before we talk about the bullishness, right? Short-term bullishness. So on the macro scale, we got a beautiful, okay, bears gonna love it. Bears are loving it, I'm pretty sure. Okay, as I said, these engulfing candles, okay, they bearish. Okay, so if you're new to crypto, you're gonna be shorting these candles, but most people might not even pay attention to it, because I don't think like most bears pay attention to the 3 weeks time frame, which is our 21 days candle, right? It is pretty bearish. Okay, but guys, we got one right there. Remember back in September, August, right there, August, we dipped massively to the downside all the way down to 97. As I explained to you guys yesterday, right? What we said was like, we did have a gap. I think the gap is at 94, something like that, right? And people been anticipating a drop right here. Okay, but what happened? Okay, we basically reversed right back up after a beautiful bearish engulfing candle. You see what I'm saying? So yes, we're getting a bearish setup on the macro scale right here, short term. Okay, it is not a complete macro bearish setup where we're going to be dropping all the way down to like a $1 and all that good stuff, but it is just a short term macro bearish, right? But we will have to wait and see, right? Because the macro bearish, the 50-day cycle, the monthly, the quarterly, they still pretty bullish. So I would not basically be too bearish on the 3 weeks time frame, right? So something to keep in mind. We still got like nearly 10 days, okay, over 10 days to close this candle. Actually 2 weeks, okay, because candle open on the 20th, on the 16th, so we're gonna close it on the 6th, on the 5th, something like that, right? So we got nearly, guys, 13 days, right, to close the candle right here. Okay, so something to keep in mind. So I don't think like the candle gonna be bearish all the way down, okay, within the next 2 weeks. So from this point on, right, most likely bulls gonna be buying the dips, okay, and we're gonna be looking for the reversal, right? So now let's take a look at the 50-day cycle. The 50-day cycle, one thing we said was like, you know, as long as we're in a bull market, right, you know, we're not going to see a bearish engulfing candle. Okay, we're not going to see a bearish, you know, bearish 50-day cycle. Okay, cycle could be red temporarily, like last cycle right here. Okay, last cycle we dipped all the way down to 43. Okay, and but guys, take a look at it. We bounced right back up. Okay, bounced right back up. So, and if you notice well, the first cycle of the year right here, the first cycle of the year right there. Okay, we opened the cycle at 28.8. We pump, you know, right at, you know, we pump to the 40-44 range, right, and dump right back down, right, and flip bullish again and pump all the way up to basically 56 and 56 and so on, right. Something to basically keep in mind: most of these short-term bearishness could just lead to most people being bearish on the macro view, but as of now, I'm still pretty bullish, right, till we get a clear confirmation of a downtrend, and we're gonna short these suckers all the way down to the bottom. Okay, something to just keep in mind, right? Mellow 101, thanks a lot for tuning in. Hey, what's up, Raver 589 in the house? You got Gorilla Trading got liquidized. You got liquidized. You did not get liquidated. So if you're going back to McDonald's, you got liquidized. Okay. If you get liquidated, it's like, you know, you're okay. You can still refill the account. But if you get liquidized, it means like you're done. I'm just joking, but you'll be all right, right? You're gonna get liquidated at some point, right? If you're leveraging, it's just you rather get liquidated during a bull market, right, than get liquidated during a bear market. Because bear market, it is hard to find some funds, right? Market is not volatile. It is hard to make profits, right? So you don't want to get liquidated during a bear market. But during a bull market, okay, if you lose some funds, you can always make it back up, right, during a bull market. So, but I'm not saying to go ahead and get liquidated though. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when you lose some money, right, you can always make it back up during a bull market. So don't need to stress about it, right? You're gonna make it right back up. So now we're done with the 50-day cycle. What we said regarding the monthly is like monthly is okay, right? Still low sell volume. We still got like 7 days to go. So what does it mean? It means like if we can basically even stay bearish with a low sell volume, that's pretty bullish, like going into you know, the next few months and all that good stuff, right? Even if we stay bearish. Okay, remember the monthly can stay bearish, right, but the 50-day cycle might not. Okay, the 50-day cycle going to close after the monthly close. You see what I'm saying? So for instance, like if we close just about like 50K, right, by April 30th, right, and you know, we're going to get 7 days, okay, to close the 50-day cycle. Remember, that's what I tried to explain to you guys right here. Like I think was like the first 50-day cycle right there, right? What I was saying was like you know, it is okay even if we close the monthly red, and I don't think we're going to close the monthly red. We're still going to get like 3 more weeks to close the 50-day cycle, okay? Because the 50-day cycle was going to close on February 19th, right? So kind of complicated, but you get the concept, right? You get the concept, right? So we're gonna talk about the MACD and all that good stuff, right? So now we're still getting a low sell volume right here, right, on the 3 weeks time frame. It is, to me, it is still bullish, right? To me, okay, it is still bullish as we've seen it previously. No bear market, okay, ended with a low sell volume. All the bear markets, okay, ended with a high buying pressure and high selling volume, okay, high sell volume, okay. As you can see right here, during the previous bull market, volume was increasing, okay. Right here, volume was increasing, okay. And right now what we're seeing is like volume steadily, okay, been decreasing right there. That's not good. Okay, we need to see something like that, and we needed to drop. If like we started the drop right here, I would have said, okay, you know, it could be the bear market. But as of now, you know, we could still get the you know, we could still get the parabolic move on the volume. Okay, so we cannot get a low volume like that. Okay, unless right, we get a short-term bear market, right, where volume gonna spike to the upside like that, red, right, not the whole volume right there, where we could get the spike in high selling pressure, but you know, could decrease over time, right, like that. Okay, where we're gonna get like steadily low sell volume afterward, right here, and then all of a sudden we're gonna pump to the upside. But it could mean, guys, we're gonna be in a short-term bear market where we're gonna just have to basically reaccumulate again before pumping to the upside, if that's the case. But I'm not sure, once again, if like we're gonna be able to get that structure, right? But we will know, okay, we will deal with it once we you know, dump all the way down to the 3 weeks 21 EMA, as we did right here, right there, okay, and right here. We will deal with it if that's the case, if and only if we're gonna dump down to it. Okay, if and only if. Right, so now let's take a look at the weekly MACD. So the weekly MACD, it is just starting to turn bearish, right? But guys, it's not like, you know, you're gonna get a bearish weekly MACD and you're gonna dump right away. Okay, so it takes time. All right, it could take another 4 to 5 weeks before we see like further move to the downside, because we're still above the 21 EMA. As you can notice right here, after we basically flip bearish right there, right, turned bearish, took like nearly, guys, from we turned bearish on just by like mid-August, right, and we break below it like September, late September. So it takes time. Okay, it takes time. And right here also, guys, you can see like we turned bearish right there, you know, second week of January, something like that, right? Even though we dropped below it, we bounced right back up. Okay, so the weekly time frame, it is basically for the weekly and higher, right? Weekly and 3 weeks, 50 days and all that good stuff. It is for the macro view. Okay, it is not a short-term analysis. Okay, so if you're expecting to buy much lower prices, you're gonna have to wait for the next like probably like 3 weeks to get confirmation at least, right? Can you bring some McFurry to the moon? I mean, maybe he can. Okay, so now let's take a look at the bullishness. Okay, so first thing first, like we're gonna go back to the daily basis. As we still above the daily 100 EMA, we cannot just ignore the significance of the daily 100 EMA right here. We basically retested it last time. We dumped hard, right, and we could not break below it. And I remember well, market was pretty most analysts were pretty bearish back then, back in September when we were at 10K, and most people have been anticipating a drop down to like 8K and all of that good stuff. You know, I was not bearish. Okay, I was still bullish right here. Okay, I was bearish right there, but I started to turn bullish right there after we dropped down to the daily 100. Okay, so we could give it like a few more days to consolidate and see if we're going to be able to stay above it, right? Yes, the 3-day time frame is not, doesn't like it at all. Okay, but we can flip bullish at any given time, right? If and only if we can basically stay above our daily 100 EMA right here. So it is a good spot for the bulls to start like accumulating all the way down to you know, basically 47, 45 range, just in case we do get a wick to the downside. Okay, And in terms of Fibonacci, we could potentially see something like that. Okay, we do have a two type of patterns. Okay, so we got a small flat correction right here, right, ended at the daily 100 EMA, and we got a bigger flat correction right there. Okay, we got a bigger flat correction right here, just in case the small flat correction is not strong enough to basically reverse the price. We could basically rely on the bigger flat correction right there. Okay, something to basically keep in mind. So the entire range right there, it is just the entire range right here could be a perfect accumulation range for the bulls. Okay, so something to keep in mind. But I'm still bullish. I'm not worried about like BTC dropping down to 45, 43. Been holding since since 14K, so I don't think like it is nothing crazy right now to worry about. Even if BTC drops all the way down to like 40K, right, 38, we're still in massive profits. That's why I'm saying you always gotta basically forecast the bigger picture. Okay, for instance, like most people are not gonna buy the dip right here, right, low 50s, high 40s, right, or even like mid 40s, right, and when we pump to the upside, right, start breaking above 60K, they're gonna start buying, and BTC could pump like to 75, right, and dump right back down to a 66 and so on. They're gonna be panicking and they're gonna break even and get out. Do you see what I'm saying? So the best time to buy, it is always when market is red. That's the best time to buy. Okay, that's the best time also to huddle, not to basically try to sell and try to be smart. Okay, if you notice well, since since December right here, okay, late January, we've been buying the dip. Okay, December right here, we've been buying the dip. Okay, on alt, okay, on December 23rd, we had a nasty dump, but we bought the dip. Okay, like CRV, SXP, BZRX, all those suckers, they up like 4x. Okay, over the last 3-4 months. All right, so if you just been holding, right, selling the top, buying the dip, selling the top, buying the dip, you should be up like 5x at least. Okay, 5x at least. Okay, VeChain, we've been buying the dip, 2 cents, 1.5 cents, 2.5 cents, and all that good stuff. So it's still above like 16-17 cents, right? Something to basically keep in mind and not panic after market drops like 10, 15, 20, or even 30%, right? You always got to basically think about the long-term view. Okay, the long-term view always gonna put you on the right track. Okay, always keep that in mind. Okay, so let me take a look at the chat room before we talk about Ethereum. The BTC RSI cross bearish. What time frame? I mean, how the RSI crossing bearish? I don't know what you mean RSI crossing bearish, but let's take a look at it. You mean probably mean like RSI is below 32 or something like that, right? Let's see, because I don't think the weekly is anywhere around 30. So let's see. The weekly, let's just do this. Let's go ahead and let's go to this time. Okay, on a weekly basis we do have a divergence, right? But once again, guys, bear markets, bull market, not bear market, bull market loves divergences, right? If you notice well, let's go back to back in 2016 and so on, right? You can see like we did have a bearish divergence right here, right? What happened? We dipped and we pumped to the upside, created a new highs right there. Okay, and right there. Okay, created another bearish divergence right there, right? We still pumped to the upside, created a new high right there. Do you see what I'm saying? So we're not even like getting like multiple highs yet. Okay, so it means like sucker could be pumping so hard, like you know, on the next move, if we're going to be creating what, a higher high right here. You see what I'm saying? So if our side has to go all the way up, guys, to like 95 to 100, like on the next run up, that could be crazy. Okay, that could be crazy bullish, right? Something to you know, something to keep in mind, right? But let's see. Okay, bear market loves bull market, not bear market. Bull market loves divergences, right? Something to keep in mind, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum, as we said on the lower degree, right? What we said was like, we do have a target up to 2550, right? We did hit that target, drop back down to the mid-range, pump back up. What we said was like, we can still retest the top, created a new high, and still drop right back down, create a potential flat correction right here. If it fails, we just have to basically dip down to the range right here, just about 1888 to 1971. So we're still not at 1888 yet. Okay, we're still not at 1971. So we're still looking pretty good on Ethereum. So Ethereum, it is still a good hold. So I think like we got plenty of room to grow, right? Regarding Ethereum. Okay, still above the daily 21, not even basically closing below the daily 21. Okay, not even closing below the daily 21. So the 2-day 21 got to look great. Okay, still looking great above the 2-day 21 right here. Okay, so so we're still looking good, guys. We're still looking good. Slightly bearish, but you know, just have to suck it up. Just have to suck it up, guys. Now let's go ahead and take a look at XRP next, and I'm gonna basically so XRP, I'm liking it, even though we hit our target just about $2 range, $1.95 to $2. It is still okay. Like as we said, you know, on a 3 weeks time frame, I'm more interested about XRP on a macro scale than the you know, the short-term bearishness, 30% drop and all that good stuff, right? As we said, when XRP was like 20 cents, 25 cents, I was like, guys, if you're trading your XRP in this range, you're on your own. You're on your own, okay? Because we got a target up to $2, you know, $5, $7, $10, and all that good stuff, right? So 20 cents is not the right price level you want to be trading at. Okay, at the same time, okay, we still got another target up to $4.50, right? So I don't think like it is a good time right here to be like doing some short-term trading. If you took some profits at $2, you know, it is time to basically start to reaccumulate. Okay, let's say you took like 10, 15, 30% profits. Right now we at $1, right? It is a good time to start like to reaccumulate. Not financial advice, right? So XRP, just gotta be patient. We nailed it. $2 spot on right here, closing basis just about 195. We hit the target exactly as expected. So you know, we retraced down as expected, so we're still looking good for the next leg up. Okay, macro scale, XRP A+. Okay, nothing to say. All right, so it is still on track for the next target up to $4. I just don't know when now. I don't do when, okay? I try not to answer when we're gonna get there, but the directional move, it is still up, okay? Short-term bearishness, it is always a good time to be accumulating again, right? So we talk about XRP, Ethereum, BTC. I'm gonna take a look at the chat room, right, to see what you guys want to talk about, right? And we go from there, right? I know most of you guys are probably panicking, but it is not really time. It is not really time to be panicking. As I said back in December, I told you guys not time to be panicking. It's time to be accumulating. You know, January, you know, 7th, I told you it's not time to be panicking. It is time to be accumulating. February 12, 14, 16, I told you guys it is time to be buying. March 13th, March 15th, I told you. And once again, guys, it is like April 23rd, and I'm saying it again. It is time to be, you know, staying cool. You know, take a look at the macro picture, okay? See where we came from, $10,000 all the way up to $60,000. You know, you can't do it if you're not patient, okay? You can't do it if you're not patient, right? So just be patient. We got like 6 to 9 more months, okay, of a potential uptrend. So we just have to basically suck it up till we get a clear, you know, trend reversal, and we all gonna suck it up, get out, and basically short these suckers to the bottom. Okay, so there is always you know, an option to basically short these suckers, so we shouldn't worry too much, right? So so guys, some of you guys saying like you ask your question very early, right, and I don't get to see it. Guys, we do not have a, you know, what I'm trying to say is like sometimes I don't look at names or anything. I just look at the ticker symbol and I go from there, right? So don't think like I'm ignoring your question or anything, all right? BZRX. Let's take a look at a BZRX. BZRX. So BZRX, let's take a look at the 3-day basis. So when you notice, well, what happened on BZRX is like we're not, you know, we're not managing to break above resistance. We could still create a potential flat correction right here and drop all the way down again. Drop all the way down again to the bottom right here. Okay, that's very possible, right? To just get the big flat correction before we get in the move, before we get the move to the upside right here. So BZRX, keep an eye on it just in case we drop all the way down again to like a, you know, 800 sats and all that good stuff, right? So actually 8,000, not 800. This guy is not cheap, right? So it's actually 800, right? 800, right? So let's take a look at Digibyte. So Digibyte basically pumped all the way up to an August high right here, got rejected, dumped right back down to a 194. It is still okay. It is definitely going to be trying to find a consolidation range right here. If you notice, well, you know, Dogecoin did the same thing after we pumped, I think like 200 sats, something like that. We dropped down to like 100 sats, moved sideways for like nearly 2 months before we you know, pump to the upside. So Digibyte could be going for a consolidation period depending on you know, how market structure going to be playing out. But once again, if you get in like around like 100 sats, 80 sats range, you're still in massive profits. Okay, you're still in massive profits, right? So Dogecoin. So Doge, this guy, as we said yesterday, we could, you know, get a consolidation period right here. We did dip below the range, right? Just dump hard. Okay, let's see, right? We hit the daily 21, bounce right back up, so we could consolidate right there. Okay, we could consolidate. The volume is not a lot, so let's see if, you know, we can consolidate right here. Even though it dumped below it, it bounced right back up. Okay, that's why these ranges, right, you just have to be cautious. Don't expect like a perfect price range. Always look for, don't expect a perfect price, just expect a price range. Okay, let's see, Santiago XLM. So XLM BTC, that's what I like, right? I like XLM BTC, even though it dumped right back down here, right? It is still accumulating, guys. It is still accumulating. We're still on a big macro potential breakout. Big macro potential breakout, right? Over the next like a few weeks and so on, right? So notice where right here we could just draw this triangle right here and be looking for a potential breakout, right? So market basically got to turn bullish for XLM to basically take advantage of the big move, right? I like the setup, guys. I like the setup right here. It is gonna go parabolic just like ADA. It is just a matter of time. Let's go ahead and take a look at a XDZ. So Tezios, it is still a support level, right? Still a support right here. So we're not still, you know, we haven't seen any like macro breakout for Tezios. So we're still looking pretty good, okay? It is still a, you know, it is still at buy range, you know, below 10,000. That's pretty good. Even if we drop all the way down to like a 7,000, 6,000, it is still going to be a good hold. Because remember, guys, we've been buying at 7,000 to 6,000. If we drop lower back to the same range, you know, we're just going to be adding back to the position, because we basically killed like, you know, Matic, okay, VET, okay, you know, DOT, Ethereum, XRP. So we got enough profits, okay? We should have enough profits right now to get enough, you know, Tezios, okay, at the bottom. So we should not worry too much about Tezios. It is just, you know, reaccumulating right now, okay? Nothing crazy. We already got a bullish crossover on our daily, but not on our 3-day time frame, okay? So price action still hugging the 21 EMA, right? So if you're a bear, you could say, hey, this entire move, it is bearish. We could get this move before pushing to the upside. That's possible, but since market is overall bullish, right, we could just get this move and push back up, okay? So we can still pump back up to like a 14,000 and drop right back down to 8,000, okay? That's the same exact move we did right here. So when we pump right here, I was telling my premium group, we could still drop right back down before pushing to the upside. So we can still get this move again, okay? Right there, okay? Let me draw it properly. You can see it better on a daily basis, right? Right here, right? You can see that we got a small flat correction right here, but you know, got canceled. So we can still get this move before pushing to the upside, right? So don't get too excited on the next pump. Right? I'm not saying to short it, but don't get too excited just in case we have to retest the bottom again right here, okay, before pumping. So now let's move on to a VET. So VET BTC didn't check the price today. So sucker dropped all the way down to 270, as we said right here. You know, I think it was like yesterday, right? We could be looking for 288 to a 318, something like that, right? I think 318 to 350, right? It is still going to be a good range to keep an eye on. So we did drop all the way down to like 270, okay? So which is pretty good if you basically got some VET at 270. Right now it's like 360, guys. We gotta pay attention, man. We gotta pay attention. I'm telling you guys, these suckers, man, they bullish, okay? They bullish, okay? VET, it is still on a macro trend. So our next big target, guys, it is 600, okay? After 600 sats, we're gonna be looking for 1,000 sats, right? But right now, let's just focus on basically breaking 450, okay? If we break 450, 480, you know, retest 600 sats and all that good stuff, we're definitely going to be going for the grand, okay? We're going to go for 1,000 sats, guys. And remember, guys, remember when I was saying VET, buy VET right here, guys. I was saying it, guys, don't sell your VET. Don't sell your VET. We got to target up to 300. And if we break 300, that's it, okay? It's sucker going to skyrocket, okay? Same thing with Tezios. Tezios is just about like, you know, making the same structure, right? And if you notice well, the structure I just showed you on Tezios right there, okay, right there, that's the same structure I just showed you on Tezios, right? So Tezios could pump back up to 14,000, drop down to like 11,000 before pumping to the upside, okay? So it is a good time right now, guys, especially before the summer, to stock up enough Tezios, because once we break that $20 range, okay, test like not retest, but test like $40 for Tezios, right? We might not be dropping down below like $20 or even like $25. Just like DOT. You see when DOT pumped from like 4.6, let's take a look at DOT. When we were talking about DOT right here, we said, you know, accumulate DOT. We're pretty bullish on DOT, okay? DOT target is like $15. After we hit $15, what we said, let's just take some profit, buy the dip, and basically take it to 40. Okay, so it was a nice 10x move, and you can see like if you're waiting for DOT, right, to basically retest the $4 range for you to buy again, you're going to be waiting forever. You're going to be waiting forever. That's going to be the same thing with Tezios, okay? And Neo, XRP, and all of them, XRP 20 cents. What we were saying was like, you know, accumulate enough XRP at 20 cents, 25 cents. Okay, once we pump to 50 cents, right? Accumulate more if it dips down to like a 30 cents. Okay, I know I'm going to have to repeat it again for Tezios. Because most people are going to be like, oh man, are we going to retest $10? Are we going to retest like $4 and all that good stuff, right? We won't. Maybe like next bear market, okay? But once we break above $10, guys, this is it, man. This is it. I mean, I'm not even looking to short this sucker, right? I'm just buying the dip, okay? I'm just accumulating it, and don't worry about like, you know, Tezios down to like a $3 because we've been buying it at $2 to $3. We said anything below $5, okay, it is a steal, okay? And that time Tezios was like $3, okay? So we had enough time to buy it at 3, 4, 5, okay? So now let's take a look at Tezios USD. That's the same thing with Neo, when Neo was like 24, 17, something like that, right? You know, I told you guys we're gonna go up to like 250, right? So Neo already 5x. So Tezios USD, we're gonna be looking for support right there. It is a support right now. Let's take a look at it on daily. It is at daily 100 EMA. Right there, that's primary support. So if BTC going to be retesting just about like 47, right, 43 range, 45, whatever, Tezios most likely going to be retesting the $3 range. Okay, so you just have to keep that in mind just in case we do retest that level and we're going to be reaccumulating. Okay, but we started the accumulation right here, so we're still good. Okay, we're still good. So we're still up like 120%, and we got a lot of room to the upside, guys. Plenty of room to the upside. Okay, we can even fill up the space right here, guys. We got so much space right there. We're all gonna be going to the moon, right? So much space. Solana, let's take a look at a Monero could do. Jimmy is saying like Monero could basically do well because of the Biden taxes and all that good stuff. That's possible, right? Now let's go ahead and take a look at Zilliqa. So Zilliqa dumped. So yeah, short-term bearish, but it is okay. Okay, so Zilliqa right there cannot break basically the June 2019, May 2019 prices. We just have to take care of it. Once we take care of business right there, that's it, guys. We're gonna go for the 600 sats. Okay, that's our next upside potential target for Zilliqa. Low sell volume since December, guys. So Zilliqa been on a massive accumulation versus BTC. You can notice well, okay, low sell volume. So once we break above like 400 sats, that could basically be the first one to 1,000 sats, right? You know, I mean, first to 1,000 sats, meaning like Zilliqa and VeChain, okay? Because remember, Zilliqa and VeChain got similar price pattern. Let's take a look at Solana. Let's just do SOL. So SOL, yeah, sucker is not playing. Yeah, it is still bullish, man. I wouldn't do anything with it. Everything looks pretty good. You know, price action above the 20. MACD not giving you any sort of like a challenge to for a potential bearishness. RSI on the high time frame looks pretty good. I don't see anything crazy. It's gonna drop, okay? It's gonna drop at some point, so you just have to keep taking profits, okay? If you feel comfortable with your profits, right? Let's take a look on a 2-day basis. On a 2-day basis, you know, looks pretty healthy. could retest the 21 EMA at some point, right? So until we, as long as we stay above the 21, I wouldn't worry too much. Okay, let's take a look at we already talked about Benoit. We already talked about XRP. Let's take a look at ADA XRP. We already talked about XRP. Let's take a look at XRP BTC. Yeah, man. XRP BTC just hit our daily 2-day 21 EMA. On the daily, we probably broke the 21 EMA, right? But on the 2-day basis, we're still looking okay. We did not quite hit versus BTC. We just hit like 3,000. I was waiting for 35 to 4,000, but we still got plenty of room, right, to basically break out. I like the low sell volume. Okay, I like the decreasing prices dropping down to the 2-day 21. So we have support right now, you know, versus BTC right there. As long as we can stay above this range, we could get the flat correction. So XRP could be on a macro correction for the next like a few days, okay, or even few weeks. All right, so depending on how we want to do it, if we can go up slowly, right, back to 3,000, that's going to be nice. But if we just break out to the upside, it might be, you know, dropping down right back down. Okay, so expect a potential flat correction from XRP, or we could expect a potential triangular formation right here. I don't know which one we're going to get now. I'm just speculating right now. But one thing we can say with a higher probability is like we in a correction. Okay, that is for sure, right? So we just have to wait to see if we're going to get a triangular formation or a flat correction. But I wouldn't be shorting this sucker right here, right? You're welcome, Benoit Gagné. So let's take a look at waves. So wave still consolidating right there. So nothing crazy. You could look at it in two ways, right? Waves, you can look at it in two waves in two ways, right? Right here, it could be, we could get this hard dump after the flat correction, right? But we could also look at it, right, as a potential, as a potential 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, right? So we just have to wait and see, right? Okay, we got nice support right here. So if we do not break it, we're gonna be going for the 5-wave move to the upside, right? I mean, it is okay. It is bull market. You can have a lot of coins. It's okay. You just have to be able to handle the pressure. That's all it is. Rand BTC. I haven't taken a look at Rand for a while. So it is a support, but looks like MACD is giving up. So we could get a slight lower lows right here. Even if we dump, it could drop all the way down to support right here. If that's the case, that's going to be a good buy, right? Zcash. So Zcash, beautiful setup right here. Pretty much just like I think Bitcoin Diamond, right, had a similar structure before the pump. So it is just correcting. So expect more correction right here. Okay, expect more correction. So it could be sideways correction till markets decide to basically hi San. Oh, bye San, gotta go to work again. Hey Cannibal Wealth, you gotta change your name to a Bitcoin Wealth. It used to be Cannibal Death, now it's Cannibal Wealth. So let's go ahead and take a look at VeChain. VeChain bounced right back up on the dollar, right? Just hit the 2-day 21. Most of the time the 2-day 21, I think if you notice well on Theta USDT, Theta on the way up, right? Even though I was ignoring it, whenever we dumped, right, it did get a nice support on the 2-day 21. Now we finally broke below it. Okay, we just now trading below the 21. So all the Theta bears gonna be celebrating. They're gonna be shorting this, probably gonna be shorting the sucker. Okay, because next support it is going to be nearly, guys, down to like a $5. I'm not saying it will, I'm not trading it, but if you're trading Theta, you could be looking to buy a cheaper one if we retest the 2-day 100 EMA, right? Let's take a look at the daily. We're already at the daily 100. MACD is not flipping bullish yet, so let's see. If we break the daily 100, we have to go for the 2-day 100 EMA, right? It might not be an immediate drop. Once again, these coins, they love to basically give you a flat correction before a continuation, right? They love to give you a flat correction, so we could get a big flat correction right here if that's the case, and retest the daily 21 right there, move sideways and pump to the upside then, right? Just like what we got right here. So Link is still holding very strong at 32, so could be the first one to rebound once we get the rebound, right? Let's take a look at Litecoin. So Litecoin gave us a flat. Sucker was breaking out this morning, back above the 21 EMA. So, but woke up, so this sucker like 277. I was like, oh, we already hit 290, and dumped right back down to 250. So now we below the below the 21 EMA on a daily basis. So we got our 100 EMA just about like 197. So Litecoin, as we said a couple of days ago, we said if we drop much lower, we're gonna be looking for the low $200. Okay, it can still drop low, as I said, but wouldn't be too picky about like $200 and 195. I think like bulls most likely just gonna lot of positions right there. Okay, because it's not gonna stay there too long, man. It's not gonna stay there forever. I'm going to buy everything and anything till Bitcoin gets its act together, says Foster. I mean, Lost for Words. Lost for Words says that, okay? He's saying, man, I'm a moon boy, I'm buying everything, I don't care. Okay? Fear involve this coin, Filecoin. Let's take a look at Filecoin USD. So File USD, I think, let's see. File USD just hit the buy range 130 to 140 range, right? Can it drop below? Yes, it can drop below short term, right? But we at the 12-hour 100 EMA need to break it first. So we got a lot of work to do, especially during the weekend. Bullish divergences, MACD flipping bullish. So we got a lot of work to do. After these big drops. Could take like days, okay, just to let the indicators, you know, to let the indicators cool off, right? Because they're pretty hot right now. Let's see. Yeah, I mean that's the best thing to do. Just put your big cap coins like XTZ, XRP, you know, Litecoin, put them off the exchanges, right? And let them cool off for the next few days. I mean, if you're trading on a, make sure to have like multiple accounts too, not financial advice, but if you're trading, like, you know, if you like to short-term trade, you know, or even day trade, right? Make sure to have multiple accounts. That way you get enough flexibility. You know, one account you can, you know, you can be down, the other account you can be up. Okay, so you're not gonna worry about too much on the, you know, on the other account. But if you just get one account, you're gonna get all your attention. You're gonna give all your attention to one account, and you're gonna be panicking, right? Right now I got some accounts like I don't even look at, like I got some coins in there, spot. I'm not even looking at, they're down like 20-30%, right? But I'm not worried because I'm not even opening those accounts, right? So, you know, you just keep those accounts like for 3, 4, 5 weeks. You open up those accounts, you up like, you know, 80%, 100%, okay, stuff like that. And you can take profits, transfer funds to other account, or even transfer it to your ledger. If you want to, you know, just focus on one account, it's just gonna, you know, it's just gonna basically sometime messes you up. I mean, I'm not recommending to like have 10 accounts, but I'm just saying like at least have 2, you know. You know, one you do with your, one account you do your long-term trading, another account you do your short-term to medium-term trading, okay? That way you're gonna give yourself enough flexibility to get wrecked. I'm just joking, not to get wrecked, but to make profits, right? Because now everybody's thinking about getting wrecked and all that good stuff. We're not getting wrecked, man. We are okay. The market gonna bounce back up. Loom is struggling. Bro, please check Alice. Let's check Alice. For some reason I never check at least. Okay, I think like first time I heard at least was from Curving, one of the moon boy in our premium, but it is still consolidating. Okay, there's nothing I can do with these type of charts. If I tell you if it's gonna go up, it is just I want to tell you what you want to hear, right? But it's nothing you can do. You just have to suck it up, give it like 3 to 6 months or even 9 months to give you a nice, you know, chart pattern you can do some trading on. But as of now, you know, you would just go by fundamentals, right? And somebody asked about Oxy for some reason. Oxy, let's take a look at Oxy. Oxy, you know, same boat, nothing you can do. Okay, nothing you can do with it. Macro view, I can do anything. I can only trade it. I can only basically chart it up to basically 12 hours, and it is just moving in a range. So gotta give it time to give us more data, right? Okay, as of now we're getting a double bottom right here, but also a flat correction. So we could definitely break this range right here also, right? Just in case you're too bullish, right? But it doesn't look like a good time to be selling as we're respecting the range right here so far. Let's go ahead and take a look at King BNB. BNB in a you know, wedge pattern, it's not looking good at all, right? With the move right here short term. But macro scale BNB, we talk about it, we got another target up to basically $1,000. So if it dips anywhere around this range, the previous high right here, that's going to be a great add-on. Okay, if you don't worry about like short-term trading, you just don't care about like BNB dropping down to like a 370 or like a, you know, 350, right? So but as of now, if you're short-term trading, like, you know, 10% 15% drops, that might affect your account. Okay, with this with the 12 hour, let's take a look at on the 8, with the 8 hour bearish crossover right here also, right? Pretty strong on the 12 hour. You always stay away with these type of a curvature right here. Okay, let's take a look at Tron. So TRX still bullish overall, right? We back down below 200 sats, so that's okay. We could still drop all the way down, retest the 21 EMA just about like 150 to 168. Sell volume is pretty low. We've been that before, guys, right here. Remember, right? We were accumulating XRP right here, right? And it pumped all the way up to like 200 sat, but dumped all the way down to like, you know, 150 and so on before the parabolic move all the way up, guys, to 450. We're not even yet at August high, so we're looking pretty safe with XRP. So not XRP but Tron. As I said right here, buy under 100 sats, 100 to 80 sats. We're very precise, right, with our buying range, 100 down to 80. Okay, anything below 100 sats going to be a steal. So it is still up nearly 100%. Okay, so it is still a good hold. I'm gonna go back to BTC, guys, after Maker. So yeah, make a double top right here, so give it time to cool off and retest the EMAs. I would basically be cautious and just wait for the 3-day 21, which is nearly at right here. Okay, right, we just wait for the 3-day 21 first. You could try to front run it and try to buy it at the daily 21, but the move could be aggressive and could dump right down. Okay, so the 3-day 21 is safe enough to wait to wait for, right? Let's take a look at SNX. SNX, it is still in a wedge pattern. I just don't like the MACD right here, how how the MACD is curving down. As we just said, stay away from these MACD, but since like we're in a wedge pattern, we just gotta give it a shot. Okay, I think it is a good hold. It's been dropping since like mid-February, so, and right now we're almost at 0.618 if I remember well. Let's double check. Yeah, we at 0.618, not breaking it. If we break it, we could drop down to like 0.786. I mean, all the way down potential to 0.888, but 0.786, we got a nice confluence right there. If I remove it, you can see it, a nice confluence region right there. Okay, at the bottom it is at 2265 if we break below 2820, but still a good hold, right? Going into the summer reaccumulation, it is not a good time to be messing with the bearish structure right now. So let's go back to BTC. So BTC, for those of you guys who just joined the live stream, what we said was like BTC, we could look at it in two ways, right? One way, we could look at it the easy way, right? Which is like a potential small flat correction right here, right, in blue, or the bigger flat correction in white. Okay, if the small flat correction going to be successful, we're most likely going to see a short-term reversal at least. Okay, at least we can still get the W right here at least. Okay, if we get the bigger flat correction, we could drop all the way down to the closing basis, I would say 46, 47. If it wick down, we could look for 43. Okay, but right now we at 50k range, 49 to 50k on a daily basis. It is at our 100 EMA. Okay, I mean, yes, I know bulls been waiting for it, for the last, since like when, since November, right? Remember, since November, bulls been waiting for the weekly 21, and the weekly 21 was at 13k. Now we're only like 10% away from it, something like that. Okay, pretty close, right? So I think like if we drop down to the weekly 21 and get be done with it, get the job done, and keep on rock and rolling, and bulls gonna be saying, oh, we told you we're gonna be retesting the weekly 21, but guys, they've been saying it for the last 7 months. Okay, they've been, not 7 but 5 months, right? For the last 5 months, since like November, they've been saying, oh, we hit all-time high, now it is time to retest weekly 21 at 13k. But take a look at the difference, guys. 13k, right? Let's say you've been holding, okay, you've been holding at least from like 16.1 when we said buy the dip right here. You're still up over 200%. Okay, but let's say most bulls, they sold out right there, right? And they've been waiting for the weekly 21. So BTC gonna give you, Bitcoin gonna give you this type of a fake out right here, and you're gonna be like, okay, now it's time to retest the weekly 21. So we did not care about the weekly 21. Okay, we were only trading the 3-day 21. Okay, which is basically a stronger moving average, right? In terms of a very aggressive push to the upside, right? So now bulls gonna be buying nearly at 43. Okay, and they might even scared to buy because they might be like, oh, let's wait. You see what I'm saying? So you've been waiting for like a 4 month, 5 month just to buy at 200% higher. Okay, I mean, yes, we can retest it, but we've been holding since like 14k, right? I mean, actually 12, 11k right here, right after we pump above the 3-day 21, we've been holding. Okay, so I think like we're still looking good. If we retest it, we just buy the dip, and basically move forward. Yeah, weekly engulfing right here, 7 days engulfing, that's not good, right? But let's see. Okay, yeah, the good news is like The weekly 21 is basically just retesting our accumulation range. If you notice well, I think I showed you guys last time, right? Swing low, right? Swing low right here, right? To swing high, right? The mid range was at 53. The lower range is at 43 to 44. So I think like it is okay to retest it, okay? Because we've been in this range like since mid-February. So nothing, I mean, I don't see anything crazy really. Since mid-February, guys, over the last 60 days, we've been in the same range, okay? Even though we're dropping, okay, guys, we've been in the same range. We've been here before. We pump all the way up, guys, to like 58, drop all the way down to 43, okay? And pump, you know, after we broke 58 right here, right, we only pump like 10%, 12%, something like that, right? So we did not pump like, you know, 40%, 50% above the all-time high right here. We just pumped like 10%. So, you know, if you bought BTC anywhere around like, you know, let's say February, okay, you're not losing anything unless you sold, okay? If you bought at 43, you're still in profits. Okay, so that's a good level to be buying. Can we retest the weekly 21? Yes, perfectly. Okay, that's going to be beautiful. Okay, but one thing I tried to say was like you know, it's not good like waiting for the weekly 21 when the weekly 21 was at 13K and you never buy. Okay, you never buy anything till now. Okay, that's sad. Yeah, whales are looking for the macro. They're not looking for like BTC dropping like 48, you know, 45 and all that good stuff. Whales, I think like they're looking for 100K. So we should, you know, we should be looking for those big targets. That's what I'm saying, guys. If we huddle, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Let's go. Right now we're back down to 48. Let's check the 45 minutes. No divergence at all. I can't find any divergences, man. Like hard to find any divergence right now. So on a 6 hour, if you remember well, we said like we needed a 6 hour bullish crossover, but we did not get any right here. Okay, last time we reversed, right? We did not get any bullish divergence on the 4 hour neither. Okay, but we did have one on the, on the 6 hour. We did have one on the 4 hour. Okay, it was kind of choppy, but we did have a beautiful wedge pattern. Okay, so we just have to suck it up, man. So let's see if like we're gonna get another basically 4 hour bullish divergence right here with a potential triple bottom also, right? So it means like the first pump might not be the initial pump. Okay, still have to wait to retest the bottom again. If you did not buy the bottom right here, just in case we go with this pattern right here on the other side right there, we still looking okay, not creating a lower lows. So Litecoin, it is still not looking so good. Okay, Let's see what the moon boys are saying. I'm in stocks, but I'm in stocks for the long term, not short term, right? Let's take a look at BTC.D. So Bitcoin dominance, we did hit the 51% at 50. We did hit the 51% target right here at 50% pullback. So we just bounced right back up. So we still need like we still need time to develop a better pattern as of now. So I think like alt still going to be breaking out versus BTC. Okay, last time we've been in this range was like right there. Okay, nearly December. Okay, no, September 18th, March 2019. Okay, March 2019. That's the last time we basically retested the range. Okay, and you know what happened after that, right? So that's when BTC basically pumped all the way up to like 73% market dominance, right? But 0.618 is right there at 46%. So we still got plenty of room, right, to drop much lower, or even down to 0.786, which is 41%. Okay. Ranking doesn't matter. I mean, Dogecoin is number 6. So, and at some point, Doge was like outside the top 100, right? If I remember well. I mean, it does matter, but you know what I mean, right? VeChain was like, outside the top 100, right? At some point, Link was outside the top 100, right? So short-term ranking can focus too much on it. So if we go back to Ethereum, definitely we could look for the retest of the 1971. So I'm not sure if we're gonna hit it today, right? But we could definitely get to 1971 to 1888, 1882 range, right? If not, but the trend line right here is saying like actually 1850, 1865. But I think just to front run it, I think 1971 ladder all the way down to 1888 by order is good enough. Okay. The worst case scenario is like it dropped down to like a 1750, but before another bounce. But let's see. Thanks a lot, Jordan. We just talked about at least it doesn't have any it doesn't have a strong price history to do anything with it. Link. Yeah, Litecoin retested the trend line support. That hit 27 support. So let's see which one gonna basically give us the reversal. We're making new lows every second, man. Yeah. It's with RAN. We just talked about RAN now. So RAN is just on a 2-day basis. That's what we just talked about, right? MACD doesn't look too friendly, right? So we got a support right here. If we break the the accumulation range right there. PAXG looks like it's ready to reverse. So you do have your wedge pattern, sort of, depending where you want to draw it from, right? So we did get the breakout. So short-term resistance right here, second resistance right there, and the macro resistance is going to be 100 EMA up to 0.08 BTC. LTC, I was just looking at LTC. So still at it is still a support level, right? So if you watch my short-term analysis, that's what we were talking about. Not XDZ, but Litecoin could be dropping down to the low to $100. So hopefully you guys grab some right here to 10 to 15, all the way down to $100. It is still a good level to be, to start accumulating. If we drop lower, that's going to be a steal. Once again, we got a macro target to $2,000, so it is still a potential 10x from here. And Litecoin, if you notice well, since like November, we're not 10x yet. Okay, and most alt since like October they 10x, like VeChain, not Litecoin, but XRP, Ethereum, but Litecoin is not up 10x yet. Okay, because Litecoin was like, right here, late October, Litecoin was like $53. That's when we turned bullish on Litecoin, exactly at 53. Okay, so first week of November was like 52. Okay, how I remember was like, sushi was at 53 cents and Litecoin was at $53, and we were taking a long position for both of those suckers, right, at the same time. So Tezios, we're saying it is still a good hold. It is a support right here, so we just have to see what type of correction we're gonna get right here. So let's go back to BTC. Let me see what the market is saying. I'm seeing a short-term reversal, but on the 15 minutes, I don't trust it. I don't trust a 15 minutes time frame, but for a macro reversal. But we could just use it, right, to rough estimate to see if we can find any divergence. Yeah, we got a not a strong one, slightly strong one. So short term, we still if we're gonna reverse, we're gonna have to basically move sideways at least in this range till we break above the 21 EMA on the 15 minutes at least. Then we're gonna start talking about reversal. Yeah, 15 minutes, we not, doesn't look bad at all with this double bottom for a short-term trade. For especially for the bears right now, they're pretty aggressive. They're going to be looking to short everything, right, and anything. They're going to be attacking right here, just about the you know, the 21 EMA on the 15 minutes. Okay, if you know, price action pump above the 100 EMA, they definitely going to be rejecting it again right here. So we got a lot of work to do. Best thing to do is, like, you know, create a strong bullish divergence on the hourly basis at least, right? Then we could potentially, you know, try to talk about a potential reversal, right? So it means, like, any pumps right now up to the 15 minutes 100 EMA right there, right, it is going to get rejected back down, and that's how you're going to get your bullish divergence, right, on the hourly basis right there. MACD flip bullish retest, you get your divergence right there. Okay, so I wouldn't be FOMOing, right? So bulls, if you try to FOMO on the next pump, just be cautious, right? So best time to FOMO is like right now if you're short-term trading, right? FOMO right here, but you don't want to FOMO anything above like 51.2. You're gonna get wrecked. I mean, bear's gonna try to wreck you, right? Highs and bear market. Is it the start of the bear market? No, it's not yet, man. It's not, man. It's not yet. But let's see, okay? It's not confirmed yet. If it is confirmed, guys, you guys gonna know we're gonna short these suckers like never before, right? No problem, man. Litecoin, beautiful support right here, just about like 220. So going to be struggling to break above the resistance 235 right there, and next resistance going to be 15 minutes 100 EMA right there. So would, you know, could get this, get that, and still drop right here, okay, potentially, okay. But let's see if we're gonna find a strong support right here. I like the divergence on the 15 minutes on Litecoin. Okay, beautiful right here. You could say we did not create a lower, you know, a lower low, but based on closing basis right here, you know, you could call it a short-term, you know, short-term divergence, right? Depending on how you set your, you know, your charts, right? I mean, for BTC, we will need at least a consolidation near all-time high, right? But do not break all-time high. What I mean by that is, that if you take a look at it, right, we already got a, you know, bearish characteristic, right? Bear market characteristic, right? But it is too soon, right, to go by it. Breaking below the you know, 2-day 21, 3-day 21, MACD flipping bearish. It is a bearish setup, okay? But on the macro scale, we will need at least, okay, a potential three-way move right here somewhere, okay? Something like that, okay? It is a bearish characteristic, okay? If we can get the flat correction near all-time high, that's going to look pretty bad, okay? That's the same structure we got back then right here, okay? Right here, can see it better on a daily basis. Some sort of rejections, right? right there, just like back in 2018 also, right? The 2018 one was pretty clean right there. That's the type of structure you want to see near all-time high, meaning like it means like we just consolidating. If you notice, well, we did have one on Litecoin also, right? On the, you know, right here we did have one on Litecoin on the 6 hour, right there. Okay, it is a bearish setup, right? But Litecoin, that's the 6 hour. We can eliminate the we can reverse right back up to like a 280 within the next you know, within the next few days, right? So it is not a macro reversal yet. All right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day, right? We're gonna go live again later on, right? So stay safe, right? I wouldn't be over leveraging. If you're leveraging these suckers, man, like unless you're on the right side, you know, you're gonna be in big trouble. Okay, so if you're leveraging, keep the leverage low. That's the best thing you can do, right? At least to save yourself. If you do high leverage, you definitely, volatility is too high. Unless you know what you're doing, just keep it low. And you know, if you decide to do so, if not, you know, spot buy, you know, a support area definitely going to take you a long way. Market is pretty volatile. The next move, if we're going to keep up the momentum, looking for 100k and all that good stuff, most of these alt, they're going to at least 5x. Okay, 5x, 10, 20, 30x. Okay, some of them going to 100x before the end of the bull market. So we've been through it. We just have to suck it up, go through it again, and basically recycle. Okay, that's the only thing we can do right now. Okay, all right, guys, be safe out there, right? Thanks a lot.